Kingen is getting advantages. 30 CS in these plates here won't matter necessarily for DRX, so hold that thought.
Oh, this time the charm is going to land, and Zeka's going to have to go golden. Pyosik's going to come on through, looks for the poppy copter. There's the flash as Zeka throws down the seismic shove, but it's not going to find the target. Cuz turns off the turret, but he doesn't turn it off enough, and first blood goes to the poppy, and now Deft is throwing arrows at aiming. But aiming is slinging light, and he's pretty happy about the situation, as Deft now going to be preoccupied with these minions. The battle was erupting everywhere, Wolf.
That was crazy all over the place, but that was a really nice turnaround there by Zeka. Stopwatch comes through. He bought that one early, or rather ruined it early. It was his perfectly timed stopwatch, so he had that one at this timing that KT, you know, were trying to pick him off with. Once again, he had cleanse previously. This time the stopwatch saves him.
I believe, or just barely misses him. The pathing would have made him move that way anyway, so a little bit confusing as now KT are grouped up. Kingen finds some more Infernal Chains. The volley value is massive as they are going to turn onto Rascal. He gets CC'd out of the ulti, and Cuz has already fallen down. Deft is free hitting Kingen. Not going to get bailed out of this one, so it's going to be a 1-for-1, but DRX have priority of the mid lane. And this composition
secure it, but right now DRX have full control. Look at the resources that have to be committed here to save this top turret. Lying in wait. Yeah. Barrel does, of course, have his ultimate.
Ooh, Bubble is going to connect, and they just pop over the wall. That is a really nice pick there from Vikla. Guarantees that one as the back comes through there from aiming. I think was not having attack was stacked up a little bit, otherwise he will be fine. Loyalty program used once again as Weave as well going to come through here from Zeka to block off the KT members. DRX probably not going to be able to use this as the Searing Charge is going to knock down some of the wall, but Tidal Wave, Hostile Takeover, all of the buttons going to get pressed. Pyosik is out of the pit. They're not going to be able to take the Drake as Zeka is doing his best to stay alive, but it is going to be the Drake secured by KT, and they'll take that in an even trade.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing.
With the arrow to deny the second round of the Ornhorn, but it did not work as now Deft is going to immediately stop Vikla from coming in. That trap was just amazing from DRX. Now Cuz is going to have to ult to get himself out of here, but running away from this comp is really hard. He does so. Zeka is going to create a wall, and aiming not going to get shoved back or anything like that. So a lot of flashes are now down for KT, and DRX move towards the Baron.
And if they don't have Hostile Takeover for this, I don't think they could start this Baron, but because they have it, they have this choke point controlled vision in both chokes. I think there's just no way that KT could realistically hope to steal this. They don't have Tidal Wave. All they have is an Ornhorn.
Yeah, well, the Ornhorn is going to come through. The Hostile Takeover will deny the second shot of it. This Barrel's not going to get bailed out. Cuz is so incredibly low, though, and Deft is just going to fight off aiming by himself. The Baron's going to come through, and they'll get kills to augment it as well. Great knock up there on to Rascal, who bellows press to get out of the seismic shove. Nicely done, but honestly, most of the damage had already been done.
Yeah, and this is just what I was talking about. If you have, as DRX, two choke. Good that Ahri has this build for side laning, but that hasn't worked out because they fell so far behind. Would have rather seen it given over to aiming. It is just now, as we say those words, given
Imagine
over
if it was
to him,
the
so at least
Imperial
he's not
mandate.
damage.
As, okay, Pyosik, he's going to go on forward, finds a fantastic Keeper's Verdict as well onto Vikla. Buddy makes his way out, but Hostile Takeover is so valuable. Now the Ornhorn comes in as Rascal looks for someone but isn't going to be able to find it. Charm also goes wide as Kingen has just taken 0 damage. Deft is frontlining. They do have a decent Tidal Wave, but Pyosik is tanking up so nicely, and you can see Kingen is just doing all of the work here in the front line. The Nami is just seafood as the arrow's going to connect onto Vikla. Great aim there from Deft, who celebrates by breaking his watch on the floor. He just throws it down, much like Kingen is right here as he's fighting, aiming. This base gate doesn't mean anything as you can Umbral dash over it. DRX should move back to the Baron. Mandate upgraded, but I just don't feel like it's too little too late here, Wolf. It's Kingen throwing out some Infernal Chains, and the wall is going to be set up. Pyosik on the wrong side of it is feeling forever alone, much like I am here in LoL Park, as the Ashe will find the arrow onto Cuz. But he is not exactly the opportune target to be it so beautifully. Tidal Wave also completely misplaced this time around as Kingen's getting the knock-up. There's a heroic charge, and Cuz will fall. Rascal now as well, not going to get hit by that Hostile Takeover, but they are on full retreat right here. Remember, Deft has GA, Kingen has GA. They were never going to die in this situation, and now these newly rebuilt inhibitors are going to be thrown to the ground yet again. Whoever built them is going to be so frustrated. as DRX will take down the inhibitor turret on the top side as well. And that is all of the outer and inner and inhibitor turrets removed, as the inhibitor will stay alive. Def throwing some autos into Rascal here, but just has a little last whisper.
Yeah, it's gonna be bottom inhibitor respawning here. They finally got the mid one reset. The DRX just gonna group up on this Baron, it looks like. But remember, the ultimates here that KT have are so good in a fight like this. Nami's ult coming back online. Rascal gonna have his Oran Horn, and it looks like KT will get that one chance, this one opportunity to fight this team, but they'll have to kill Def twice. They'll have to kill Kingen twice, as you mentioned. Kingen teleporting back in.
Yeah, they might need to kill him 3 times, Wolf, because the bailout exists, although Barrel's at half health. So he may need to use it on himself. They do have the charm that comes through, but it lands onto Zeka in that backline. Great Ornhorn comes through this time around as the bailout is onto Zeka here. They do manage to take down one target, but Def is free hitting. Vikla is out of the fight for now as Life is just trying to swim away. Just keep on swimming, little Nami, but she's not going to be able to do so. And now the knock up onto Def. He does still have the GA, but he kind of throws it away here as he is going to be respawning. Kingen going to be able to get the double as, oh my god, Deft will finally fall, but there's the heroic charge and Vikla will go down. And I think Kingen has well and truly earned his POG this game.
Oh, he just popped off, man, in this last fight. 4-1 and 4, dominated the lane all game long, and is just unkillable. No bailout needed this time. They tried to use that one on Zeka, just completely wasted it. Kingen's like, man, they can't kill me. I guess you're never going to cast it on me again this game. DRX, it's a 40-minute-and-a-half win here. Doesn't feel like it was that long of a game because DRX were always being proactive, always doing something on the map. Was slow game, very, very pragmatic the way they did it, but they will take the Nexus down in the end.
Yeah.
KT, always 1 foot.
야 루시안 날렸어 루시안 날렸어
나 죽었어 여정 아래 아리 자꾸 빼 남이 보자
네
나 모를 거려 내가 찍어줘 나 가인 있어
야나
아리 형 뒤에 아리 나 가인 있어 천천히 봐줘봐 루시안 나이스 잘 싸워봐 텔 타면 끝날 듯
나이스 어우
텔이 없다
아니 너무 연약해 챔피언이.